Next speaker, without further ado, Sariki.
Hello, Adcon. How you all doing? Are we all great? Wow. Adcon 2026. It's such a great time to come back here. By the way, my name is Sariki Abungwo, and I help business owners, coaches, consultants to start and grow their business using my 6-step business growth system so that they can serve the people they've been called to serve consistently, predictably, and also profitably. But let me take you back to a time when things were a little bit rough for me. Things were a little bit difficult for me. Back then, I was trying and struggling to grow my business. You can actually see me there. I used to do 10 to 12 hours in warehouse. I'll be standing on my feet. My feet were swollen, my back was aching, and I'll come back home to rest. Have you ever been in that moment where you're so tired, your body is so heavy, but your mind is racing? How many of us have been in that moment? How many of us can relate? Let me see your hand. So I've been in that situation. I was in that situation, and it was so difficult for me. In 2020, I almost gave up, just around the COVID time, because things were really difficult for me. And at that moment, I had my brother, I had my sister. They were so dependent on me, and I needed to support them. So at that time, I was like, I need to do something. And I knew that I lacked something. And what I lacked at that moment was skills. I knew that if I'm not updated, I'll be outdated. I knew that if I'm not in the know, I cannot be in the flow. Because what I know determines how far I go. And do you know what? Those who know rule over those who don't know. So I said I needed skills. So what did I do? I took action and came to Adcon 2024. And there you go, you see the whole team. Actually, something happened. I was seated at the back of the room at Adcon 2024, and I said to myself, I'm going to be on the stage. And so I spoke to the team, I met Kat, I met the whole team. I was like, yeah, I'm going to stand on Adcon 2025 and get to share my story. And so what I did was I visualized myself on stage. I actually came on stage, took pictures as if I was teaching, and it was amazing. So what happened then was Adcon 2025, I got on stage. Actually, this handsome-looking dude here, John, called me on stage. Thank you. He called me on stage, and I received my 100K award. I'm going to play a little bit video for you to
Next up, we have Sariki Abungwo.
So, thank you. So what I believe is that what you all know here will determine how far you go. And so I believe that if I can do this, you too can do this. Because this has taken me on a journey. I've gotten to get featured on Forbes, on Business Insider, on Brains Magazine. I've got to share my message and push out my brand out there. And there's one thing which John said from day one of Adcon, that if there's something you need to start working on, is your brand. How many of us are looking to build our brand? Let me see your hand. Great. So working on your brand is one of the things that got me elevated and got my business going. So will it be okay if I get to share 3 lessons that helped me on this journey to build my business to a 6-figure business? How many of you like those lessons? Give me an oh yeah, team. Amazing. So the first lesson is a power circle. So often at times, we business owners, we're guilty of this. We come to events like this. We get all this knowledge. We get our books filled with notes. And then we go home and we're like, okay, I'm going to implement this. And then we wait. We say we'll do it tomorrow. And then one day turns to 1 week. And 1 week turns to 1 month. And 1 month turns to 12 months, 1 year. And very soon, that information which we've gotten fades away. Is any of us ever guilty of that? Yeah, I was in that situation. Self-doubt started to come upon me. I was like, all this information which I'm hearing, which I'm getting, the knowledge I'm getting from Momentum, from John, is this actually going to work? And I was having conversations in my mind, conversations in my head. One part is saying, oh, let's go, let's do it, let's get momentum, let's implement this. And the other side is saying, oh, you know what? Let's just relax. It's a nice sunny day. We could do this later. We could, look at this later. And the funny thing, the other one was winning. Self-doubt was winning. It's kind of like you're driving a vehicle and the handbrakes is on. You have the momentum, you have the acceleration, you have a great engine, you're pushing it, but you're burning all that energy without actually getting momentum. So that self-doubt was the handbrakes which was holding me back. So until you let go of that self-doubt, you put down the handbrakes, you can't get the momentum which you're looking for. So would you agree with me that right here, seated in this room, there are people you can start having conversations with. There are communities you can start getting in. They are the right people who are getting the right result, like us on stage, that are getting to build our business. Would you agree with me that if you get to surround yourself with these people, that can actually get rid of self-doubt? How many of you agree with me with that? Let me see your hands. Great. So surround yourself with the power circle. The next lesson for me was on the ad strategy. So I started to implement these things in my business. I actually use YouTube. Now, YouTube gets to put you in front of your ideal prospect, your ideal client, politely. I use the word politely because you're politely interrupting them. So when you do that, what happens? I was getting a lot of attention. A lot of people were coming to my funnel. I was getting a lot of leads. And this really helped me to get those eyeballs and to get my message out there. But there was something wrong. I was not making use of a code called Metapixel. So when I implemented this on my funnel, actually going through all the videos that John was teaching on the program, this really helped me because when you have Metapixel on your funnel, it does something. It's kind of like you go to a nightclub and you get into that nightclub, there's no bouncer. Everyone is just getting in, but no one gets remembered. So that's what not having a Metapixel on your funnel looks like. So when I started implementing that Metapixel, every single thing started getting tracked. I started to know who is coming to my funnel. I started to track them in a way that I can actually use that data to get informed decision to implement into my business. Now, here is where the magic happens. When you have this Metapixel, and when I had this Metapixel on my funnel, on my website, it didn't just stop there. Something great happened. How many of you would like to know what happened next? Come on, give me an oh yeah. How many of you would like to know what happened? How many of you would like the feeling of being omnipresent online? That is, wherever you are online, be it on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, your clients are seeing you day in, day out. How many of you would like to have that? So that is what I did. I used this Metapixel, and everyone who came to my funnel, to my website, started to see my message, and they started to see me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. I was everywhere. That was the power of the meta retargeting. And that is what a lot of business owners are missing. So until you get this knowledge and get this information, you implement it, you start to get the result. And that is what I did. And as a result of this, why is this really important? Now, people don't buy from your products on your site on the first touch. You need to have multiple conversations with them in order for them to buy for you. This gives you that omnipresent feeling. Like I mentioned, you're everywhere. People are seeing you, they're trusting you, and they want to do business with you. And it maximizes every click. And did you know something? It takes 10,000 hours. Let's do the math team. It takes 10,000 hours for someone to learn something to become an expert. Now, with 10,000 hours, let's put this into context. So that is 10,000 hours. If you're doing it yourself at 2 hours a day, you're looking at about 5,000 days studying it yourself. Do you know how many years is that? About 14 years. Now, do you know a quick way to do this? Invest in yourself, get the knowledge, which I did. I got it from John, got it from the team, and that really helped me. And within 30 days, 12 months, it collapsed that 10,000 hours. And so I started to get my message out there and be all around. Now, the third lesson is in restructuring my offer. I was doing free offers. I was wanting to be nice. I was like, okay, you know what? Oh, come, let's book a call. Let's do this together. And I'll show them everything. without charging them. And that was really, really taking a toll on me. So what happened next? I joined the program, learned everything, and I built my offer from 3K to 10K, and that really helped me in various ways. That really helped me to attract better clients. That helped me to deliver a better experience, and my margins improved massively. So 3 lessons which you need to learn and you need to have that helped me is surround yourself with the power circle. The second is use a great ask strategy, learning from those who have done it and implemented it, and building your offer, restructuring your offer in a way that gets you more deals, more sales, is what worked for me. So if I can do it, Adcon, who can do it? You. So I look forward to seeing you at the top. Thank you.
Well done. Well done, brother. Well done.